My wife mocked. Girls, let me introduce you to my personal doormat, so I wiped my feet and left. I got off work early that day. No texts, no calls. Just decided to head home thinking it would be nice to surprise my wife. As I stepped inside, I heard laughter coming from the living room. Loud, careless laughter. I stopped near the entrance, out of sight. Then I heard her voice. Girls, let me introduce you to my personal doormat. The room erupted in laughter. He does everything I want, pays for everything, never complains no matter how much I spend. Honestly, I could probably tell him to lick the floor and he'd still ask if I needed anything else. Another round of laughter. You think I'm joking? Last week I mentioned that expensive spa retreat and the next day, boom, he booked it. He's so easy to manipulate. I don't even have to try. One of her friends chimed in. You're so lucky. Lucky? My wife scoffed. It's not luck. You just have to know how to control them, make them feel guilty, act sweet when you need to, throw in a few fake tears, works every time. Someone clinked a glass, raising a toast to her genius. I leaned against the wall. I never questioned the money I spent on her, never hesitated when she wanted something. I thought I was being a good husband, but to her, I was nothing more than a wallet with legs. The worst part? Her friends knew. This was entertainment for them. I felt something shift inside me. I wasn't going to barge in. I wasn't going to argue. I was going to do something smarter. I turned around and walked out. I didn't go home that night. Instead, I started making a plan. I needed proof. Every insult, every manipulation. I started recording our conversations, hired a divorce lawyer, opened a separate account and started transferring funds. Small amounts so she wouldn't notice. Canceled joint credit cards. Changed passwords. Removed her name from assets. The hardest part was pretending nothing had changed. I still smiled, still nodded along, still acted like the obedient husband she thought I was. But behind the scenes, I was dismantling everything. The opportunity came a week later. She invited her friends over again. Same group, same setting. Halfway through dinner, she did exactly what I knew she would. We should do another girls' trip. Maybe Europe, Italy, Greece, both. She tilted her head toward me without looking. I have my personal sponsor right here. That was my moment. I pulled out an envelope and placed it on the table in front of her. What's this? She asked, frowning. Open it. She slid a nail under the seal. At first, she didn't understand. She scanned the first page, then the second, then the third. The room went silent. What the hell is this? Divorce papers, I said calmly. You're joking. No, I'm done. You don't need a personal sponsor anymore. You're on your own. Her friends shifted in their seats. Some covered their mouths. They weren't laughing this time. She flipped through frantically, then saw it. The closed accounts. The assets she had no claim to. The support she wasn't getting. Her face drained of color. You can't do this. I can, and I already did. She turned to her friends for support. They weren't rushing to her defense. Some were smirking, enjoying the spectacle. You knew, she whispered. You knew, and you. I planned, I corrected. The way you planned every time you manipulated me. The way you bragged about it to them. I gestured around the table. I listened, and I learned. One of her friends let out a quiet, amused chuckle. I stood up and buttoned my jacket. This doormat is done, and I walked away. The next day, the calls started. Screaming, cursing, demanding I come back. I let them go to voicemail. Then texts, threats, guilt trips. Every tactic she'd used before. None of them worked. Her credit card declined. Joint account empty. Bank said she had no authority anymore. Her world was crumbling. She reached out to her friends expecting sympathy. Instead, screenshots of their group chat found their way to me. She really thought she could live off him forever? Hilarious? Serves her right. If you're going to milk a guy, at least don't humiliate him while you do it. They'd been waiting for her to fall. Months later, I was at a cafe when I heard her voice. She looked different. No designer bags, no jewelry, no salon hair. Hey, she said with a weak smile. I've been meaning to reach out. I just wanted to say I was wrong. About everything. She reached out to touch my hand. I pulled back. I thought maybe we could start over. I shook my head. There's nothing to start. I grabbed my coffee and stood up. Take care of yourself. And just like before, I walked away.